Hey everyone, it's me, the Sparkle Girl, and today everyone, I'm going to show you Disney Princess Enchanted Journey. I'm lucky I'm not the only one to remember this game because everyone seems to remember this game. I'm glad I'm not the only one to love it. And this game came out in 2007. The game is actually about a young unnamed girl. So at the beginning of the game, the girl meets a pixie and they both end up in an abandoned castle. And just before we get to play the game, we get to pick any name we like. We also get to change hairstyles, dresses, all kinds really. I really like that part of the game because it's like girly makeover. You know what I mean? Wow, it's so awesome. And then we get to go to this mysterious room. Then put her wand on it, and then all of a sudden the room shakes. Oh my god, every time that scene comes on, Nintendo Wii usually vibrates, and I find it, oh my god, what the hell? How does that happen? And just after that, we get to see different princesses. I've always start with Ariel most of the time because she's my all-time favorite Disney princess and it's actually an easy level in my opinion. And as we went to Ariel's world, the human sailors on the ship were yapping about where's the music, and that's when the pixie tells a girl to use her wand to bring the music back. And it succeeds, and that's where we get to see Princess Ariel. If only I could meet Ariel like for real. And when Ariel explains that it's not just the human worlds that lost their music. Under the sea lost their music too. Oh my god, we got to save the mer people and bring the music back. But the only problem is, we couldn't breathe underwater. So the pixie tells us to use our magic so we can breathe underwater. Wow, smart move, pixie. And as we went under the sea, with Ariel and that, we kind of went to the first game where we had to save Sebastian the crab from the naughty, ticklish octopus. And afterwards, we get to go in Ariel's grotto and save Ariel's human treasures from crashing to the ground. Come on, Sebastian, you can do it! In part 2 of Ariel's game, where we had to help this crab to help his friends by bringing them back together because they got separated. Afterwards, we get to play with Flounder to save all the voices of the mer people. And in part 3 of Ariel's game, we get to go into the human world, but in Lagoon, where we have to help Sebastian to create music. And that's the end of Ariel's world. Then it was Jasmine's world. So in part 1, we had to help Jasmine to find a boo, and then we went back to Jasmine's palace. And that's when Jasmine said,
"Oh, and you have a boo? But a boo is already here with me."
okay, seriously, which one is the real Abu? This one or that one? Let's find out. Seriously, a goose. And in chapter 2, Jasmine tells us to go to the desert, but as we about to go to the Cave of Wonders, we had to get rid of the treasures because Abu got distracted by them. So we had to get rid of them with our magic wand. And as we were in the Cave of Wonders, those bugs reappeared and they tried to destroy the Cave of Wonders. And not only just that, we had to rescue the treasures and return them back. And afterwards, once we defeat those bugs, we had to sneak off our way to go to the lamp. And when the light goes on green, we can go. But when it's red, we must stop. And if we fail, we have to start over again. Sometimes it can easily creep me out the moment that monkey spins around. I mean, it did used to give me those heebie-jeebie vibes when I was a kid, but it didn't bother me as much as it used to, though. You wouldn't blame me for feeling like that, because I did used to get spooked by that monkey. I mean, the moment it goes on red, I was like, keep still. Do not move a single move. And besides, it reminds me of a game about what time is it, Mr. Wolf? It's hungry time. I actually remember playing that game when I was a kid. Chapter 3 of Jasmine's World, we have to help Jasmine to place the goose back into the pen. You know, the gate. Those nasty bugs came again, but this time it's the genie bugs. Oh my god. But you had to defeat them, but be careful because they can hurt you. And while you defeat those bugs, you have to collect those lamps that they stolen. And once it's all done, we have to go back to the Cave of Wonders with both Jasmine and Abu. We have to put the exact right lamp on each of those different pedestals. And that was the last of Jasmine's world. And in Cinderella's world, you had to save Jack and Gus. After that, we had to stop those naughty bugs. And once we got inside, that's where we get to see Cinderella. And that's when Cinderella said she has to postpone her wedding because of those naughty bugs. And that's not the only reason. Because another reason is because the farmer who was supposed to bring the food for the wedding, but he was missing and no one knew where he is. But as we get to the farmer's farm, those bugs were up to no good as always. So we had to protect those pumpkins, or otherwise the pumpkins will explode. In chapter 2 of Cinderella's World, Jack and Gus explains to us that Cinderella's were missing. So we have to go with Gus to go and find Cinderella at the manor, you know, Cinderella's house, to meet the fairy godmother. But the only problem is the kitchen door was spelled by evil magic, so we couldn't go in. So all we had to do is fix those clocks. But just before we get to meet the fairy godmother, those bugs has always been up to no good and stealing the coins from the wishing well. So we had to stop them with the magic wand. And in chapter 3, the fairy godmother explains that there's a missing cog, you know, that works for the clock to move and that. So we had to go and find them. And once we'd done that, we had to go back to the forest and help the farmer to stop those bugs from throwing the fruit of pears from the tree. So we had to save them in time before they get squashed. The farmer has found us a last missing cog that the bugs left behind. And finally, the time is working again, and we have saved the day. And now in Snow White's world, last I checked, you have to use your magic wand and you can switch it either blue, green, or red. Whichever that is normally red, paint them red again. Those who are originally green, paint them green again. And same thing for the ones that are originally blue, paint them blue again. And that's where we finally get to meet Snow White in the little cottage. And after we met Snow White, we had to go in the garden and match the same color on each different objects. And afterwards, we had to go with Dopey to save the other dwarfs in the mine. And we have to watch carefully and then repeat the pattern where the dwarfs are hitting those rocks. After we've done that, we have to help Happy and Grumpy get the cart up the hill. And later we get to help the dwarfs by catching those gems on that slide. And in chapter 3, we had to help Duck and Dopey again to collect those gems, but each different cards for the gems. And once we'd done that, we had to go and find Snow White. And Snow White mentioned that those bugs have stolen the colors. Oh no, those bugs are at it again. They've stolen the colors of the rainbow. We must save the rainbow. So all we have to do is collect the colors again. And that's the last of the Snow White world. And now all the Disney Princess game has been completed. And that's where we get to see the evil princess named Princess Zala. She said she discovered that she had special powers that she could use to ruin the wills of other princesses. This girl has serious issues, I'm telling you. And now we have to play and defeat Princess Zala. And Princess Zala is finally defeated. And now the castle is back to normal again. Although, that's still not the last of the game. There's a mini game featuring Princess Belle. And that's the end of the game. Ah, what a wonderful day. I hope you boys and girls enjoy my video, as always. And I hope you have a wonderful and magical time. So, I'll leave you all to it now. Thanks for watching. Bye everyone. Bye.